Hello, welcome to Complete Python for Beginners. Today's episode is titled Introduction and Installation of Python for Python Development. At the end of this episode, you will know what Python is, know the characteristics of Python and why you should choose it, know the things you need to run Python, know how to set up your machine for Python development, and lastly, we would write a simple Python application and run it. Moving on, what is Python? Python is a high-level interpreted programming language. The keywords here are high-level, interpreted, programming, and language. Let me explain all these. Programming is the art of writing a step-by-step set of instructions for the computer to carry out a certain task. Language is a means of communication consisting of words used in a structured convention. High-level language is more human-friendly, or humans can easily read it compared to computers, and a low-level language is more computer-friendly, or computers can easily read it compared to humans. Programming is essentially trying to communicate to the computer. And when you have a more human readable code, you would need something to translate for the computer to understand. Now, the things or the technologies that do this translation are interpreters and compilers. When you run or execute a code, compilers translate it into a computer readable form all at once before execution. But interpreters, on the other hand, execute the code line by line without pre-compiling it, which requires the code to be examined each time it runs. Hence, Python code executes line by line directly by the interpreter during runtime without first being compiled into a more machine-friendly code. To summarize all I just said, I would say Python is a human-readable language used to write a step-by-step set of instructions executed line by an interpreter at runtime so that the computer can understand and carry out a certain task. Take note, this written step-by-step set of instructions is called a program or an application. And the structured convention or the rules of how the Python language is written is what is termed as syntax. Why should you choose Python? 1. Python language is easy to write. Mind what I say, that it is easy to write. In my opinion, the idea that programming with Python is easy is misleading, because if that is true, it would mean the concepts of programming with Python are different compared to other languages. But that's not true because these concepts are the same across every programming language. The difference specific to any programming language is how it is written. Hence, Python is one of the easiest languages to write. 2. Python is a programming language used in AI, machine learning, data science, and web development. So this language is used in a wide variety of space. 3. Python is a multi-paradigm programming language. This means its programming methodology is dynamic, adopting object-oriented, procedural, or functional programming paradigms. What do you need to write Python? At least you would need a Core i5 computer with an 8 GB RAM. You will need the computer to have a 168 GB SSD storage capacity. Secondly, you will need an integrated development environment or a simple text editor like Notepad. An integrated development environment called IDE is an application that helps programmers develop software code efficiently because it combines developer tools all in a single interface. Thirdly, you will need Python to be installed on your computer. Let's set up our computer for Python development and write a simple application. Let's go to python.org in our browser. Click Downloads. Click here to download the latest version of Python. Our download is completed. Let's go to the download folder. Double click on the Python package we just downloaded so we can install. We have downloaded and installed it. Now it is time to write a simple Python application. Let's open Notepad. Now write print, parentheses, quotation mark. Let's say hello syntax learners, close quotation mark, close parentheses. Hold the Ctrl and S buttons on your keyboard to save this file. Python code files have the .py extension. So we would give this file a name hello.py and click save. Now to run this application, we would open the command line, type python space hello.py. That's the name of the file, and hit enter. That's our result. You can see it just wrote hello syntax learners on the screen. So let's say as we were typing, we made an error. Let's take out the second quotation mark. Let's save it by holding Ctrl and S buttons on our keyboard. Let's go and run it. Open the command line again. Type python space hello.py. Enter. As you can see, we have an error message. So whenever your code is written wrongly and you try to run it, you get to have a log of an error message trying to explain what the problem, or probably where the problem is coming from. So let's correct it by going back to the file, put the quotation mark. Then we save it again. Make sure you save it. Then let's go to the command line and run it again. Python space hello.py. Hit enter. Now we're back on track. So we have finally written and run the simple Python application that prints hello syntax learners on the screen. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below and let's have a conversation. This is SyntaxAcad, where we keep it simple to help you keep learning one syntax at a time. Thank you.